All right, we are back. It's a Circling Back podcast. I'm Dave. I'm going to host today. Will's in Napa, pushing around little convertibles, driving around like the little frat star that he is.
Just drinking heavy reds and pushing. Hopefully not at the same time, or
No.
Hopefully those are different days.
Yeah, hopefully he's not out there going Bob Huggins. It's a topical sports reference. Hey, joining us, speaking of sports.
Skip right over me. Just do this guy.
Well, you're always last. You're a man who needs no introduction. But here's a guy who definitely needs one. No, I'm kidding. Softcore History's own. Drinking Bros Sports own. Our former coworker, our good friend, noted softballer, Dan Regester.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me today to debate RFK Jr.
Man, I thought you'd never bring him up. And I was pretty good with not talking RFK today.
Well, I was expecting $100,000 for this.
Well, I was just, look.
It's in the mail.
If you're saying I might have the option to vote for the guy who had not only a father but an uncle assassinated by the intelligence agencies, I'd be like, what? You expect me to just not vote for that guy?
If he's still alive, makes me question why.
That's a great point. We can get to that in a bit. I've got it on the rundown. I actually don't. It took less than 2 minutes for us to get into RFK with Dan, but that's what Dan does. Dan, thanks for coming on to the show.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
The good thing about me hosting is, look, I'm going to volume shoot jokes. That's the biggest criticism I get when I host. They're like, dude, Dave, you just fucking calm down, let the game come to you. I just like to do it.
He gets really excited when he has the rock.
Yeah. I'm one of those guys. Like, if I
I'll
get
hit it
hot,
back
I get
to you,
hot.
Davey.
He'll shoot up from anywhere.
You got to shoot yourself out of a slump is how I look at it.
Yeah. And even if you are hitting, you just keep shooting, right?
Yeah.
If you're shooting 50% from three the entire season, it's kind of on you for not taking enough shots.
That makes a lot of sense. Here's a guy who never misses. It's our old pal Dylan Shivery, looking nice and tan.
Am I? I didn't get any sun over the weekend.
The way you just popped your try at me, it did look it looked tan.
Well, I'm just really cut right now. Maybe that's what you notice instead of the tan skin.
Interesting.
Hey, a fun one for all you old Grandex heads out there. Actually, Dan, the other day I stumbled upon, it's actually still up on my Instagram at @dshivery. One of my favorite moments in Dan/Grandex history is when we had you on Touching Base and talked wedding stuff. We got a sound clip you want to play?
No,
Dave?
just go ahead, buddy.
Okay. I don't know if you remember the discussion about you bringing your ex-girlfriend uninvited to a wedding in Florida, but
She got to play it.
one of my favorite moments in Grandex history, and it's worth a look or a listen if you guys want to check that out. Dave, I think Dave's got something for us.
But hey, that's life when you're a motherfucking frat star.
It's true.
That is life. Yeah.
I'm a noted liability at weddings.
That was a fun moment, man.
Pre-show. Like, I'm a great time at the wedding, but it takes a
Yeah.
lot when I get there.
In retrospect, like I said, I'd only known you for about like a month and a half, so you didn't get invited to my wedding.
Mhm.
But I'd like to have extended that. Like I'd like to, kind of right my wrong there and say you should have been invited, just because I wanted to see what that version of Dan. That was bulk Dan.
You guys ever renew your vows? You can have Dan there.
Oh well, and
I'll make it a whole ordeal about myself.
maybe Randy too.
That'd be great. And maybe I can actually attend this time, even though I was invited the first time. I did not.
I wasn't
show
going to
up.
bring that part
Yeah.
up. That's fine.
Who would you uninvite?
A lot of people.
There's some people.
Name names.
Weddings are expensive.
Put it behind the paywall.
Yeah, we're not behind the paywall, so you'll never know.
This is free.
You'll have to join us next time.
I
we're behind the
appreciate that
paywall.
about you guys.
What?
When I go on Ross's podcast, he puts me behind a paywall.
Hmm.
It's fucked
Well,
up.
because people will pay for Danny Regs.
I don't think they will. I think he lost subscribers.
You're too woke. You're not 100% woke free. That's your problem.
Well, if you go woke, you go broke, Dave.
That's true. Famously. We got a big show today. We got a big show. It's going to be fun. We're going to have another guest added on. We're going to have a foursome with the boys. Fivesome if you include Randy. His mic's
Surprise
turned down.
guest. It's your ex-girlfriend.
It's Brett. He's not. It's just Brett Merriman. Before we get into it, first of all, happy belated Father's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Juneteenth. And Patreon schedule tomorrow. I believe we're doing exactly 5 minutes. I saw somebody threw the prompt up.
I believe that was Will from vacation.
So go to Circling Back on Instagram. If you got some exactly 5 minutes content you want us to hit on, throw it in there on the prompt.
Topics, questions, anything you want us to talk about.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Dylan's looking to rebound from one of the worst ball spinning bingo games I've ever seen. What happened?
The little trap door was not latched shut, so as I spun the ball, about 25 of them spilled out, and thus were not
Blaming your tools.
thus were not available for my choosing. Also, 14-day free trial on Patreon. If you haven't yet taken advantage of that, it don't cost you anything. You just get in there, check us out for 14 days for free,
Binge.
and then you decide if you want to keep paying or not.
You can binge. You can hear it. Dan, check this out. Tell me if any of this tickles your fancy. We've got Touching Based. It's a conspiracy podcast. We'll do anything. We'll do something about the Royals. Dylan did, not the Kansas City Royals, historically bad baseball team, but like the Royal family, more on them later. Dylan did Area 51. I think he got to the bottom of it last week. I don't even remember what I did.
Project Bluebeam.
Oh, I think I did MK Ultra-ish.
No, you did
Ted Kaczynski.
You did ultra right.
Oh, RIP
The
to a
woke-free
real
beer.
one.
No.
Our real father, Teddy K.
Teddy K?
You're just really bad at sending mail.
I did, yeah. Wasn't great. Why did I turn into Micah right there? Is that just I don't know how to
I don't
react to
know.
Dan without getting in trouble?
Read his manifesto. He makes some good points.
Okay, I probably won't. They did publish it, though, famously. But you can hear more about that behind the paywall. Check it out. And then, of course, on Thursdays, we do listener voicemails. Every week, tried and true. People love it. You can hit the pipeline, 888-618-4422. Leave a quick one. Get in, get out. Be tactical. What, Dan? You look like you got something.
Got nothing. Just excited for this episode.
I'm pretty excited, too. But first, let's talk This Weekend in Fun, presented by our good friends at Athletic Greens. How'd you guys start your day? You don't have to answer, Dan, but I know how Dylan did.
I woke up and I tried to beat the heat by taking Stella on a very early morning walk. I got back and I immediately took my AG1 as I do every single day. On an empty stomach, it absorbs quicker that way, David.
Not only that, but you're getting 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day right. The special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All of the things, pretty much everything you're looking to, guys our age, it's tough. Late 30s, got to start thinking about. I wish I had AG1 in my 20s.
I started taking AG1 because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel healthy. It's the healthiest way to start a day. It makes me feel like I'm starting on the right foot. Without
very
it, without
well
it, I
said.
feel a little incomplete.
It's important to have a green supplement because I think I heard some ridiculous stat like you need 12 to 13 servings of vegetables a day. And it's just not.
It's a lot.
It's not
doing it.
doable.
No one's doing it.
Yeah, I don't see anyone doing that.
And here's the thing, Dan. It's lifestyle friendly. Whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. And also, this one's for Dylan. Less than 1 gram of sugar. No GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything. And it still tastes good. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/circling. Again, athleticgreens.com/circling to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. I'm off to a hot start on the ad
You are.
reads.
That was-
Straight up.
That was strong, Dave.
Straight up, just absolutely
On
dominated.
a Monday.
Can I
On
tell
a
you-
Monday.
Can I tell you about my weekend?
Because of the AG1. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Hijack the fucking show.
Yeah, I'll keep mine short. Mine was it was fine. So yesterday was Father's Day. I'm kind of just gonna get straight to. Actually, I spent Saturday with some fam. I had Parks, and we had a good time. Didn't do a ton, except for Pack for his Camp Longhorn 6-night stay, his first sleepaway camp. I was a mess on Sunday, man.
Yeah.
Saying bye to the little guy at about 12:30 yesterday.
Did he give you a mug or a tie?
He made me a very touching little card. He filled out this thing. It's like about my dad, and he filled in a bunch of blanks and he colored it. It was really cool.
How's the handwriting?
Shout out to his mom for helping me with that. It doesn't have the best handwriting,
Not yet.
not yet, but he's got time. He's
They still
8.
teach in cursive?
I don't know. Not yet.
It's really not that important.
No.
I'm
just
not
curious.
sure. No one uses that anymore.
Okay. The way you learned it, you were writing on a quill and scroll, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Because I'm very
Fucking
old,
old.
Dan. That's an old guy joke.
that's life when you're a frat star.
I mean, you look great for
So this
300
kid,
years old.
thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 300. Put him on a charter bus yesterday, which is a nice bus for 8-year-olds.
It looked like a sick bus.
Yeah, and it's a little bittersweet because I know he's going to have a lot of fun, but he's not having fun yet, and I know that because they post pictures online.
Oh no.
And the first picture hit the website yesterday, and he's with his group, and there are a bunch of kids there, and they clearly have just gone swimming, and he appears to be crying in the picture.
Okay, maybe it's like tears of happiness.
Yeah.
Because he just like had an inside the park home run on the t-ball field.
He's
Got launched off the blob.
He's a shy kid.
There is a blob, Dan. There's
did-
definitely a blob.
He is good at making friends, but it takes him a minute.
Do you
So
think-
I think he's shy and he's nervous and he's a little scared. He's staying away from his parents. So yeah, I feel like I sent my kid off to torture camp for a week. This
Camp
point.
Longhorn's
It's
very
dope.
good camp. Very
It's
dope camp.
It's very dope.
Maybe they just took the picture right after they did the deal where they put him on the blob and one of his friends launches him, and then like his other group of friends are in like a little fishing boat and they just unload on him with paintballs.
Hopefully that's not what's going on. That'd be really messed up. That sounds like a
Okay.
jackass thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where they got the idea.
Yeah, probably so.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm a little sad about it, but he's gonna settle in. He's gonna have fun. Also, on the way to camp, he said something that was extremely heart wrenching. He said, "I hope they don't judge me for my size." He's a
Oh
small,
my God.
He's a small lad. He's like
Jesus.
the smallest in his class, smallest on like any sports team he's on.
Just means
He's
he's
gonna
going to
power
fly
through.
harder off the blob.
It's gonna be a really good experience for him. It really will. So
He's
I'm
gonna,
happy
yeah,
for him.
dude. Yeah, he's gonna come back and he's gonna know
Mhm.
how to like tie knots and shit.
They're going to take advantage of his smallness.
I will provide updates.
He'll fit in little crevices.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Are they cave diving?
I hope he has fun.
They shouldn't cave dive at that age.
He can't. I can't
quite
communicate.
dangerous.
I can write him letters. That's it. And I've already.
How many
sent him one.
days?
6 nights.
So you could realistically write like 2 letters and they might get there in time.
You can also email him every day,
computer letters, yes.
and they print them off and hand it to him. He can send. I filled out envelopes so he can send me something back if he chooses to.
Not Pony Express.
No, not Pony Express.
Okay.
Snail mail. So we'll see.
Mm.
Anyway, that was my
he's
weekend.
gonna he's gonna have a blast. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be sad that he's not there.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Dan,
Dan, what'd you do for fun?
What did I do this weekend? I played golf with Randy on Friday.
this guy?
Yeah.
Randy
it's
plays
the
golf?
Best I've ever seen Randy play.
I'm gonna turn his mic up. Randy, don't take advantage of the situation.
Randy also decided he was going to have a photo shoot mid-round. Played 9 with Omar, Fulton, and between every shot, Randy wasn't even focused on playing golf. He was just like, I need to get some grams off.
Something you got to know about Randy is that he will spontaneously do content on your ass.
He'll do bits.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'll say that this wasn't spontaneous. We went in knowing that
It was
was
planned.
planned. Yeah, I told Dan because I know Dan is famously could get aggravated on the golf course with my my slow play. So I told him this is what we're doing.
My only problem was I think you should hit the shot first, then you take the photo.
What are we talking about here? Are we talking like thirst traps?
well,
or-
you'll hold on. You'll see on a circling back.
Yeah, don't wanna
mid
kinda spoil
episode
the
to come
surprise.
at some point.
Oh,
Okay,
here
I'm
we
sure.
go.
But
Okay.
no, he was not focused on his golf game at all, and it's the best he's ever hit the ball.
So you're kind of an autopilot.
Yeah, and I like multiple pars. I tied Dan.
He learned how to putt. My golf game's in a transitional period right now. It's very Billy Ho-ish. I'm on the cusp of finding it again.
So your tour quality.
Billy
Yeah, just-
Ho-ish?
I
Horschel.
believe it's Horschel.
Oh, Horschel,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were out there just like sucking and fucking like a hoe.
I'm not playing well,
Okay.
Dave, but
That's
I am.
different.
I'm on the cusp.
Well, Dan, I haven't played with you in a while.
Yeah.
I
I just don't play enough.
I've only played Butler. I've only done the pitch and putt with Randy. He surprised me. Like I didn't realize that he had ever picked up a club, and he was out there and he was adequate.
I taught him how to putt. He's a new man.
Honestly, that's why I was playing so well because I was listening to Dan's advice.
Were you guys by any chance holding up groups behind you because you were doing a photo shoot? Because
No.
that's grounds to get like, maybe one hit into you.
A lot of different holes where I was already done and waiting in my cart for Randy.
Omar and I were very cognizant about the people behind us. There was only one time that someone was even on like the tee box when we were still on the hole. So we were good.
Yeah, Omar takes good photos. So you picked the right guy. Okay, I'm very interested what this meme is. Is this for a meme? Is this what you're telling me?
You'll see.
He's going to hit us with it, Dave, and we're going to.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm champing at the bit, as are the listeners.
Wow.
It could be some SpawnCon.
Brett's in the house.
It honestly very much could be.
It might be SpawnCon.
But I'll be leveraging some AI tools too for it.
Oh, great. Hey, Brett.
Hello.
I'm about to do my weekend and fun. You got anything fun from the weekend you want to throw out?
Ooh, yeah, I have an announcement. Last night, Dave, I went to a venue you may be familiar with, Lupe Tortilla.
Yeah.
And, I want to throw out there, I got the flautas.
Fuck, dude, the most fun meal you can order. It's the
Shut up.
People are like,
It's a top 3 fun meal, is it not?
It's not that fun. It's just fried.
You're so boring. You don't
You
even
came
eat
in
flautas.
hot, and I
just
thought you were going to declare war
fried
on this
tortilla
place.
and
no,
chicken.
people are saying it's chicken piccata summer, and I'm not saying it's not.
I'm going to
look
say
out,
no, it's not.
It might be, flautas might be the move summer.
Flautas might be the move somewhere. It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
That's just your opinion.
Dylan, it's a fun play. What part of that don't you get? Just because you don't have any fun when you order your meals.
Sure, they're fun.
I'm very happy for you, Brett.
Better
They're not more
I-
fun than sizzling fajitas that are delivered to your table
Hey,
on
somebody,
a freaking skillet.
is that our intern?
No one's there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe a
hearing shit.
delivery?
Doesn't matter.
Very cool.
Maybe I hope they don't break into that big file cabinet over there with the lock on it, Randy. Steal our headphones. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's behind the curtain stuff.
Might be is it a delivery, Randy?
No clue.
I think we're probably okay just to
think
keep
I
recording.
think it is our intern.
Yeah.
I think she just went to the bathroom and she just put her stuff at the table. So she
I
can't
probably
see it.
didn't need to make a thing of it, but I did.
No, we can.
No, people love the BTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
How was your weekend, Dave?
It's great. Are you done with yours?
No, that was just a proclamation. You can go into
I
yours
don't
now.
think
Oh, I
Dan
had
finished
a
his.
really solid pizza spot after golf.
Okay.
It's a food truck up north called, I believe, Pedrasso's.
We've heard of
I've
this
had
place. Yeah.
It delivered.
Very good.
Very good.
Then
What'd you go with?
if it
Did you go
delivered,
grandma style?
Why'd you go to the
Sicilian?
truck?
It's only a truck, isn't it? I think it's only a truck.
You
No,
said you said it delivered. I was making a delivery joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. They like that one.
Let him sit.
That's good.
Let this man cook. Fantastic. I did not play my Czar card on my weekend. I had an up and down weekend. Golf pun not intended. We did play golf Friday,
Mhm.
Brett and I. A noon tee time. Probably the hottest round of golf we'll play all year. But sneaky if you hydrate before, if you pre-hydrate, not that bad.
We said as much. I mean, we were mentally prepared for the heat and hydrated, electrolyted. That's a word.
It's actually my
Cool
favorite
toweled.
time of the year to play golf.
Why?
105 degrees, get a nice tan.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the worst,
go
but
for it.
okay.
Super
You do
loose,
you.
you're good to go.
It wasn't that terrible at 5 when we went.
Yeah, the marine layer came in,
Okay.
covered up the
Yeah.
sun.
There's just glaring lack of marine layer in Central Texas for some reason.
Especially right now. We played pretty
Um,
well, Dave.
We did okay.
I had a stretch of my best golf of the year.
Where'd you play, Falcon Head?
Brett, no, Spanish.
Spanish Oaks.
Spanish.
Brett came out real hot. Like 1 under through 6 type stuff.
Yeah.
Like very good. Like we're on Brett watch right now. Brett's taking all the money. Turns out he ended up losing money to me, $1 US,
Mhm.
keeping track at home. That's okay. I'm happy with my 88. I'm a guy who doesn't play golf very often anymore. So 88, I can't even be mad at. Saturday, that's when things got dicey. Woke up, turned the TV on. My living room TV, the main TV, it's broken.
Mm.
Got a giant black shadow through about a quarter of it, and then it just starts flickering.
What the hell happened?
So I'm guessing it's like an LED light. Anyway, so I spent the majority of the morning on the phone with Samsung, the good people at Samsung. I'm putting you on blast a little bit.
Well, Dave, this is what happens when the big game happens and you get upset and punch the TV.
There was no big. Yeah, I was really pissed about how Friday the U.S. Open ended. I just destroyed my TV for a viral TikTok.
Are they sending you a new flatty?
Out of warranty. They were really quick to tell me that, oh, you got this in 2019, so it's out of warranty. Very cool. But they did offer me one for surprisingly cheap. That's apparently the newer version of the one I had, same size and everything. So we just, after saying I'll never buy another Samsung, I bought a Samsung.
Okay.
Samsung makes a good TV.
Well, it broke. I don't know if you just heard the first part.
I did, but
Do you need Dylan to remount it by any chance?
the mount is probably still on the wall.
You're going to have to, I'm going to need help on this because, you've seen my living, I've got to drill into the tile
Yeah.
to do it. It's like a special mount and I don't think I can do it myself.
Daddy will come help you.
So pretend I've never said a bad thing about you and come over and do this.
I did
I'll give you a cold
actually
beer.
one time. I did drop a very large, expensive TV, and
I remember that.
it broke.
Mm.
But that was a solo job.
Yeah.
If I had Davey there with me,
You should have asked, man. People don't think I'm strong enough to lift the TV, but turns out
I think you can lift one half.
I can
of a
lift
TV.
my body weight.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty strong. Dan's seen me.
Maybe y'all can go for flautas afterwards.
Maybe too. We could have a little fun day.
You pay me with the gift of flautas.
I'm not making them. Let's be clear. They're
Right.
very difficult to make correctly. Leave it up to the experts. It's a
Okay.
date.
I've made them before. They're really good.
Okay, Brett. I'm sure they're great. I was mean. Well, I was so dismissive of you.
It's okay.
Yesterday was Father's Day. We went to brunch. We went to Brett's old stomping grounds Fix.
What'd you get?
I went with the fried chicken sandwich.
Can't miss.
It was delightful.
Mhm.
Biscuits there on point. The Rhodes man was great. Didn't freak out. Didn't run around the restaurant. You expect at this age like they're going to be kind of a wild child when they get out there. It was great. Was in, was out, went home, watched golf. That's it. My back actually hurts from how the shitty position I was in watching the U.S. Open all day yesterday. Kid napped, let me watch golf. Didn't want to watch Toy Story. It's phenomenal, Dan. Can you relate to any of this?
Have you monetized your child yet?
We're trying.
Is
We've
he
got
sponsored?
we
Brett,
got a
come on,
meeting
get
with
on that.
CAA.
Well, there's got to be like somewhere in the handbook at Wash, like your kid has to be this old to ride this
Mhm.
ride, aka like have a sponsorship. I don't know what they want out
I think
there.
YouTube has no kind of legal actions with that,
Parks wants a YouTube channel.
We should make Parks a streamer.
He wants one.
and they fully monetize kids.
Oh yeah. I mean, why not?
Have them
Go for
open up gifts.
Dude, there's that kid that 12-year-old who opens toys and talks about
and that's
them.
all he does.
And he just stacks millions
And
of dollars.
he's going to be a piece of shit. Like when he gets
Or
older,
he'll just be like a Jake Paul.
he
Well,
has that
kind of a piece of
YouTube
shit.
money.
Yeah.
Well, he'll go through a phase, right?
yeah.
Logan Paul's come out of it, but
I-
Jake has not.
I want Rhodes to be more of like a baby Gronk type.
So you're riding for it. You're pushing DMs left and right.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
getting them.
I'm putting it out there.
You're telling them what to say on podcasts.
I'm just setting him up for his financial future. Like, I'm not gonna be able to afford like the best Bluetooth speaker for my son, but if I can get him out there with viral clips, maybe him catching some passes, maybe him throwing some tutties, Dylan. I know you love saying tutties. That's the thing you do. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I set my kid up? What better way to monetize?
Get them in early.
You got to get him in early. I just want to
get
get
them ready
him.
for the future. Really.
Other than that, pretty tame weekend. Shout out to Ryan for having Brett and I out to the course again.
Major shouts.
Great time. Sorry I took your $47 US.
With the
Someone actually paid.
This group pays, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
That's crazy.
you know what, Dave?
nobody pays at Kaiser.
Hand up. I didn't pay you your $1 US that you won.
Oh,
It's
shit.
okay.
That's always the best. You end up paying somebody $12.
Yep. But I have a hot take on the golf yesterday. I don't like late afternoon primetime golf. That is purely a mid, like I want that tournament to wrap up at 5:30, 6:30.
You want it to roll right into 60 minutes, although this was an NBC, John. But
Sure.
You want it to roll into that kind of
Yeah,
programming.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Here and there, I like it. It was pretty juiceless because there's no crowd.
Zero crowd.
LACC was very hyped up before this week and did not live up. I don't think.
So to speak.
Good scoreboard, good leaderboard, but I mean, yeah, Wyndham Clark, pretty, meh winner.
Dylan, you look like you got something.
No, I was gonna say I like having golf on all day.
This guy just fucking loves
It started
golf.
early and it was on all day, and I thought that was fun.
Yeah. I I think I liked it. I don't like looking up and realizing I've watched 7 hours of golf and it's like 8:30. So it's like I got to be in bed in an hour and a half, and I'm like way behind on Love Island, which I have started. I'm getting there, Dylan.
You better catch that F up.
Yeah,
player.
new episode dropping Friday. First episode of the season, right? We could say that.
Is it this Friday?
Maybe.
So we basically skipped week 1.
We skipped week 1. We'll do week 1 and 2 this week at some point.
Okay.
So check it out on Patreon. The thing that people really want to talk about, and the reason I've assembled this roundtable of humans, we've got a softball league that isn't an official washed media softball league, or softball team, I should say. But we are kind of like sneaky cucking it. Like Dan, I'm giving Dan as a washed media adjacent personality. So just want to get your thoughts, Dan. I know you're coming off injury. Any thought to losing your spot to Dillon potentially?
Yeah.
Any worries, fears?
Fine with it. I'll be the Wally Pitt.
A lot of people are pointing out, and I'm not one of these people, I promise you, Dan. A lot of people are pointing out that the same team that we just beat 14-1 with me, you guys tied with you. Not that I make up a 13-run difference, because I certainly don't.
Right.
People are pointing it out. Again, not me. And you have any thoughts on what?
Pretty
people
sure
say?
I was not the issue. I think I had 5 RBIs that game.
Who is?
Wow.
Yeah.
Name names. Like who? Just be honest.
No, there's
who's
some-
really holding y'all down?
There's some nice folks on that team, Dave.
I'll be real with you. When you haven't played baseball in, I don't know, 2 decades, it's really hard, especially in the outfield, to have depth perception. So that's my biggest issue, is like trying to field something like a fly ball, right? And you're just like, oh no, it's way behind me, way much more than I thought. It just kind of floats there, and then you just kind of like have to like, it's like getting stuck at a red light, and then you're on your phone, turns green, somebody honks their horn, and you just kind of
floor it.
rush.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The panic floor.
The panic floor.
It's the
That's kind of how I
worst.
feel like in the outfield.
It's interesting because it's not like there's a lot of pressure. It's not like a trip to the College World Series is on the line.
No.
Ouch, Dylan.
That wasn't a depth perception thing.
And I made some plays, but like hand up, there were some errors like first 2 weeks.
No,
I made.
I've heard that you will absolutely hold your own, if I'm being totally honest.
I think a lineup with Dan and Dillon, thinking Dan at hitting 3, maybe Dillon in the 2-hole per usual, could really work.
He's making a
You want to lead off?
2-hole joke.
You want to lead off? Is that the thing?
Hey,
here?
we're-
I get the 3rd hole. Is that the good hole?
Wherever Coach Brett puts me, that's where I'm gonna.
I'm more of an assistant coach to Fulton Oil and Gas, who is the manager.
Oh, is he?
We're a solid team. The defense is the main problem.
That's the issue.
Hitting is no problem. We put up runs.
I mash. Yeah.
Dan mashes. Not to toot my own horn, I haven't gotten out this year, so I'll put that in the mash category.
You haven't gotten out this
No,
year?
I've been on base every single time.
Jeez, that's pretty impressive.
Dylan mashes. Randy.
I have gotten out.
Randy hustles.
Randy
Randy's good.
hustles. Yeah, he hustles.
I might have the most runs in the team because I get on base and then you
had
two
that.
get me in.
Randy's our Tony Gwynn. He'll just slap it around the yard on your ass.
And can I be
Don't
real?
compare him to Tony Gwynn.
Why? Because he's dead?
No, he's just a really good ball player.
Peace.
Randy slaps
He's the
it
greatest
around.
hitter of all time.
He is the
Some-
greatest hitter of all time,
Yeah.
slapping singles.
That's I'm complimenting Randy. Jeez.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm out there for runs.
I'm
not for
gonna be
glory.
out there tomorrow to watch, and I'll be the judge.
Like he's not going to put one, 440 into the stands, but he'll slap it around.
Okay.
We had a pitching issue the first couple of weeks
We've solved the pitching issue.
Yeah, Brett's our pitcher now.
because the other teams just don't
Yeah.
swing if it's not a good pitch.
That's smart.
I don't do that. I feel like scummy.
Dan's up there taking hacks.
Mm-hmm.
If you're walking in slow pitch softball, you're a scumbag.
Have you struck
Seems
out
a-
at all?
Seems a bit harsh.
I've not.
Has anybody on your team struck out?
Randy has.
That's okay, Randy.
Randy, I didn't know this about
It's
you.
okay. I mean,
That was the pool quad.
You're not
games.
Tony Gwynn. Never mind.
they get a little aggressive with the arc, and it's
You need that
just-
6 to
sometimes it's hard.
12.
Yeah. I've switched up I go sometimes like this, and I go
Backspin.
sometimes like that. You're
Did you
really
know-
switching it up, Dave.
When I played little league ball, they
Shelled
wouldn't-
you.
Well, I did get shelled famously, but they would not allow you to throw a knuckleball. Not that anybody at 12 years old was really making it dance, but they wouldn't let you throw a knuckleball. And then I later came to realize, oh, it's because that would just that would just be a disaster. No one's throwing a knuckleball over the plate. It's going to hit people.
Do you know how many knuckleballs I've faced in my entire baseball? Zero.
No one throws a knuckleball. But
Very,
I remember
very few people can throw a good knuckleball.
It'll change your career though. Ask R.A. Dickey.
you famously. Who's the other dude? Jamie Moyer.
Moyer
No,
never
he just
threw
threw.
one.
He just threw soft.
the
That's
most,
right.
But he picked his spots, baby.
Charlie Huff is the most famous knuckleballer I've probably ever.
R.A.
Chain rip
Dickey
sigs
won
in
a
the
fucking
dugout.
Cy Young, right?
No, who was the Red Sox guy? Tim
Wakefield.
Wakefield. Yeah, he's a knuckleballer.
Yeah.
Charlie Huff was like the grandfather of knuckleballs, I think.
What I did, I would just throw it over the plate at about 40 miles an hour.
People
And
just
then-
teed off on your ass.
And then I would just give up about 12, and they would just leave me out there for some reason.
like, yeah, we've already
So
lost.
they didn't have
this.
anybody else. And
Don't
me-
waste an arm.
No, it's right. I was saving the bullpen for future games. No, but it was great because before the game, I had never pitched. One of the dads, who's an assistant coach, comes out to me. He's like, brought the catcher out, and he's like, all right, this is curve. This is fastball. This is your split, like, fork ball, splitter or whatever.
Fork ball.
I was like, dude,
Dave's throwing fork balls.
like Dave doesn't
No
have.
one's throwing fork balls.
Dude's got one pitch.
Dave grips the ball. I'm not throwing a circle change, dude.
It's
I'm just
throwing
getting it over the
flat
plate.
palm change.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is true. It's true. Like
old
he
were
thought I
you?
had. There's no way I was old. This is still when I played at Keys Park. So
You're-
this is like
you're
10 or 11 years
Yeah.
old.
You're just shaking them off like, no, I don't have that fucking
Yeah, man, I don't
pitch.
have a curve.
Just put the one down and I'll throw it. you
Last time I
fucker.
played competitive baseball I was maybe 12, and they wouldn't let you throw curveballs because it would screw up your arm.
That's been the
Prevailing wisdom, yeah.
yeah.
Cancel culture.
I was gonna say conventional wisdom, but yeah,
Soft.
they both play there.
Dan, are you playing tomorrow night?
There's some rumblings.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dylan, are you playing tomorrow night?
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, but
Look at this.
I don't want to. I don't want to take anyone's spot.
Can I
because
pitch?
No, we.
Brett's got a good
you,
thing going right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just can't
you
really run.
I would put you
Well.
at first. Well, go to first.
Okay.
We can put
We do that.
our boy Zach somewhere else.
Are we, I don't want to take anybody's spot.
Your spot. I think you've firmly taken the shortstop spot. Nobody else is playing short.
I mean, look, you tell me to show up if you want me to show up, and I'll play.
Dan, apologies if I'm telling tales out of school here, but I do remember you telling me you lifted legs over the weekend. How did
Yesterday,
that
yeah.
go? Because you were famously nursing a calf.
I've always said that when you tear
Calf
a calf
injury.
muscle,
You
you're
should
supposed
probably
to do
go back to
legs.
legs. Yeah.
It was light though. We didn't go past 225 squat.
How'd it feel?
Felt good.
Okay.
Felt good. Yeah. I think we're about 80%.
Have you tried to run yet?
No.
Okay. So like that's going to be the issue.
What's
right?
your-
Is-
What's your stretch routine like?
I don't.
Do you have the lion theory?
Yeah, I don't stretch. I need to get into yoga. Dave always blows me off.
Oh, it's so.
Brett's
so
been doing
good.
it.
You got to
Changed his
stretch, Dan. At your age, like, and I'm not saying you're old, but you don't
I know I am.
you
I'm
don't
washed.
you
I'm
don't
32.
sprint on a regular basis. You have to stretch.
It was the second game though when it happened. So softball, baseball, it's kind of weird because you're never really fully warmed up because you kind of just stand in the outfield until something happens.
Stretching goes a long way.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's rumors that Dave's going to make an appearance tomorrow.
Wow.
I'll be out there. I think they got me doing some play-by-play. We'll see what Randy's got. Randy's always up to something.
If Randy wants to do content, I see why.
We
I
should
don't
get
see why you shouldn't be there.
we should get a beer after the game.
I'm
A
certainly
couple
down.
cold ones in the parking lot.
Just saying, man.
Adult leagues are too late.
You're too late.
It's an 8:50 game, right?
It's so far away
Yeah.
too.
And it's at
It's
East
8:50.
Austin.
It's far away, and so it's 10 o'clock, and it's Tuesday, so like places don't really like Pine House doesn't stay open late, but we can try. They also kick you out of the parking lot because we've had to try, or we've tried to do beers after the game, and the guys are like, "I want to go home." And
I get that.
Yeah, I get that.
He didn't want to hang out and watch y'all just drink beer in the parking lot.
No, at a certain point, it becomes like an
Sit-
obligation.
sitting on a
Tuesday
Coleman.
nights. It's like, all right, I already signed up for the baseball game. Now I got to go to get beers with the boys.
Yeah.
I want to do. There's the early bird. Another league starts in mid-July, so I don't know if there's interest around.
Is it the same fields?
You can do either the same ones or there's one a little closer, but I'm not sure where.
Okay.
Anything that's not in Houston would be nice and preferable.
It's past the airport. It is well on their way to Houston. Yeah, we got a dub, Dave. Finally got a dub.
I'm pretty happy
Convincing.
for y'all.
Yeah, it
Convincing.
kind of sounds like maybe I was the issue.
You weren't the
Chemistry wise,
issue.
yeah, probably. You probably kept bringing up frogs and whatnot in the dugout.
Well, they
RFK
are-
stuff.
In fact, turning gay,
That's fair, man. We'll talk about it.
according to what they're putting in the water.
No, I think once we figured out the walk, like giving up 3 to 4 walks an inning, and then somebody would just hit a grand slam every inning. I think we've gotten that.
We
under
did have a
control.
strategy
Yeah.
where we're like a girl that's never pitched, have her pitch, and like our 3 best players in the outfield.
We did try that.
The ball never
Turns
got
out
to us.
the ball never gets to the players that should be making the outs. And so I think once we've remedied the situation, we put Dillon at short, Randy in the outfield. He's good for like 80% of catches.
Yeah,
I
Brett-
had to run so far.
there are balls that get past him on the ground though,
Brett-
but he doesn't like to bend down.
Brett
Yeah.
told me that he intentionally hits it to all the girls in the field. That's why he gets on base.
Oh, I
every
aim at them
time.
exactly. Yeah,
I've done that.
I'm just kidding.
I've done that.
He didn't actually tell me that.
I have done that.
that is a strategy that is
Right.
foolproof.
Well, if there's nobody on and 2 outs, you like
I'm going
take-
oppo and I'm
take
getting
your
I'm
your
getting a
chance
home
at trying to
run.
hit a ball like over somebody's head in the outfield, or you just slap Tony Gwynn style, get on base, and then let somebody else ding you in.
Or if there's like a sloppy guy out in the outfield, I pick
A sloppy guy.
Help me out
sloppy
here.
guy.
What's a sloppy guy? Fellow who's not in the best shape.
an egg-shipped man.
Okay.
Egg shaped.
I will aim at him. Yeah,
So you saying if Randy's in the outfield, you're just going away from Randy,
because Randy looks like an athlete, regardless of his skills.
and he's good
but-
for like we said, 80% of his catches.
Yeah.
Well, guys, back in the day when I played a lot of softball, my strategy was always just to send it. But these days, when I send it, I use stamps.com. With so much of our world digitized or automated, why stick to old school mailing and shipping? Why did Brett leave?
Because your segue was so strong, he
Brett
had,
just
He couldn't
he
handle
had
it.
to end on a high note.
look, if you mail or ship often, let stamps.com do the hard part for you. Hey, hopefully your camp, Parks Camp, they got stamps.com because you're going to be sending letters and stuff,
If not,
right?
they absolutely should have. They want to save $1.
It's a post office in your office. Postage rates just increased again. Luckily, stamps.com has the best discounts in the industry. They have amazing partnerships with USPS and UPS for unbeatable rates up to 84% off. Plus, stamps.com automatically tells you your cheapest, fastest shipping options. For 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses, including ours. Get access to the USPS and UPS services you need right now from your computer, anytime, day or night, no lines, no traffic, no waiting. Stamps.com has a long-standing relationship with USPS and UPS, able to pass on amazing rates to you. Stress-free. Stamps.com, all you need is a computer and a printer. They even send you a free scale. We got that scale sitting out there right now. So you got everything you need to get started. If you need a package pickup, you can easily schedule it through your Stamps.com dashboard. And if you sell products online like we do, Stamps.com seamlessly connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart. Avoid the hassle and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code CIRCLINGBACK for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code CIRCLINGBACK. Ad read's so good, we lost Brett.
If you keep this up, Will's gonna have to find a new seat on the podcast, man.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta
Will's
take a
normally the
bigger
ad
percentage with those ads.
guy. I know, man. Like, I need to get
Sheesh.
my beak wet a little bit.
Let's talk Meghan Markle, man.
We got to talk grift.
what the hell?
We got to talk the grift.
What the
because
hell?
I love a good podcast grift. We've been doing it for how many years now?
We don't grift.
We don't.
We run an ethical, upstanding business here, Dave.
You're right. We've never done. We've never interviewed someone and had one of our staffers do it, and then edited in our voice or edited in us asking the questions after the fact,
Yeah,
as Meghan
this-
Markle has apparently done.
This happened. Imagine if you're someone who like, hey, Meghan Markle wants to interview you on her new podcast. Like, oh, that sounds great. And then it's not her. It's just someone else.
Just doing voiceover work.
What the hell is going on? That is such bullshit. And that is grifting.
It's Grift 101.
That is the lowest lift possible when getting a podcast published.
Her entire life is a grift, right? Like she was on Suits. She then was like, I need to hone in on this man that is royalty.
Are you saying she's a gold digger?
No, I think she had a plan and she executed, and I commend her for that.
Well, the show they did, the reality show they did, what was it called?
John and Kate +8.
Different one.
Octomom.
No. Don't remember what it was called.
Did
but
they
their
fix up
show.
houses?
Big
Dave?
Sausage Pizza. What?
They fixed houses, right? They live in Waco.
David Koresh. Oh, you're talking Chip and Joanna. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was wrong on all those, by the way. That's not what they do. Dealing with the tech issue on my end over here. You've gone too far when you lose Bill Simmons.
Harry and Meghan on Netflix was the
Oh,
show.
how do we not guess their first names?
Harry and Meghan was their show on Netflix.
Oh, it wasn't called Spare. That was this book.
Was that what it was called?
It's called Spare.
That's so embarrassing.
And that was just an opportunistic money grab. Like the whole, just in his book, they're just exposing the royal family. And
I'm all for exposing. If you're maybe start with your uncle who might be connected to a dead human trafficker pedophile.
they weirdly didn't touch that topic, as far as I know.
Release the
Interesting.
names, Dave.
We're all waiting. They lost Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons called him because he's apparently, I didn't realize he's an executive at Spotify. He's got that title because the Ringer sold out to Spotify, so he's got some interest there.
Did he make a reference to a John Candy movie?
I don't know, but the whole reason we're doing the story is so I don't know if anybody wants to offer up a Bill Simmons impersonation because he did call them fucking grifters.
He says, "I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters," he said.
Yeah, like, can you really be mad that I'm not going to say they defrauded, but they did grift Spotify? Like, that's big podcast.
He said, "I got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to help him with the podcast idea. It's one of my best stories. Fuck the grifters.
I don't like it when people tease stuff like that.
Just do it."
This happened, I'm going to sports tie-in. This happened with Ime Udoka when Matt Barnes.
Yeah, who
went
could
on-
forget?
Matt Barnes went on and was like, "Oh yeah, I know what happened in Boston and it's bad. I can't talk about it." Like, well, fucking don't tell us. Now
Right,
it's-
don't even say that.
Yeah, don't even bring it up. Same thing here. Bill's got to release that story. Release the tapes. Release the flight logs. I want to know.
Yeah, I agree. But to record an interview and then just voice over the part that your assistant did is the lamest thing I've ever heard.
Have we ever done anything like that?
I want to listen to one of the episodes and see what people are like. How did people pick up on this? I wonder.
Well, I think fans didn't notice. I think it was somebody who worked on the show,
we have
like an underling that kind of snitched on them.
re-recorded lines for videos back in the Grand X days.
That's fine.
yeah.
That's fine. We
Oh,
do that
that's-
here occasionally.
That's normal shit.
Like
Sometimes
Will surfboarding in the water. Not the best audio. So I just had him re-record a line or two.
Just him yelling "Hang 10."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip, wasn't it?
Dude, I miss Jackson.
If you're new here, Dan went to
Ponte Vedra.
Ponte Vedra with us like 5 years ago, and it was a company trip, or it was an ad trip. The tour, not to brag, this sounds like I'm name dropping, but tour had us out. Met Bortles. I watched Dan give Blake Bortles a hug. It was a great moment because Bortles wasn't even weirded out. He
No.
saw your UCF.
he came up and
shirt
he hugged me.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
I've had a couple run-ins with Bortles that are
CF
just
guys.
What's he doing? now?
notable. Probably ripping cigs.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. I will say he
Great
handled that
guy.
whole thing very well.
My favorite part of his whole interaction with us was taking like 4 road beers, and TPC is about a half mile away
It's not far. If you ride a bike, though, it's about an hour away, as we learned.
when you go the wrong way.
When you go the wrong way, thinking we're going to beat the traffic, and then you get there, just not fun. Not fun. But that was a good trip, man. That was the infamous Arby's polo that I didn't wear.
That was a great
I
trip.
almost smoked a guy on a miniaturized 17.
We got that on camera.
went
One of our
mini
most
viral.
watched YouTube clips or Instagram clips at the time. We posted it, and Dan just
Yeah.
straight up blading one.
And
Dan-
perhaps the biggest winner in PGA Tour history, Webb Simpson.
Was that a Webb Simpson day?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He like boat raced the field.
Yeah, Dan hit a 60-yard shot, 130 yards, and almost killed somebody.
Ball speed of like 155.
Yeah, just really unnecessary.
The dude just turned around and looked, didn't even say anything. We're just all like turned around. There's nobody else hitting. It's clearly us.
Mhm.
Yeah, not good. That was fun. That was a fun trip, man. Need to run it back.
Yeah, it'd be cool if Tour would have us out.
Yeah,
They got all that PIF money now. Might as well.
that's a really, really good point.
And they're also no longer non-prof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys getting a sponsorship from Aramco?
We're not getting
Trying to work
no,
in some
I don't-
deals?
No, I don't think so.
In talks with Yazer?
No, I don't think we talked about that. Like, what's the number for us to just go back on everything we said about Liv?
Everyone has one.
Yeah. Like mine's at least 5 figures.
Mine's much lower than I'd like to admit.
We'll walk it back if they want to slide us a stack.
Show us the softer side of Liv. You know, it's golf but louder, Dylan.
Right.
That's the thing about it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. Golf not very loud yesterday, famously. More on that on Too Much Dip later. Dan, I wish you were sticking around for that, but KJ will be on. That'll be good fun. Anything else on the grifters?
No, I'm glad that their show got pulled.
I can't get over how lazy it is to edit in, have a staffer do an interview with someone, and then edit in your voice. What does the person you're interviewing think? They're like,
That's what I was
I
saying.
thought I was
man.
going to talk to Megan.
Yeah.
Megan's kind of the draw here. That's why I agreed to
And do
this.
you ask them to sign an NDA? Like, you can't say that, like, Megan didn't actually speak to you? Because
Absolutely.
if not, that's the first
Absolutely.
thing I would say. Like, this is edited.
I
This
have
is
a better
bullshit.
question. Who's listening to this?
My wife?
Man, there
maybe? I
are
don't know.
people who are weirdly obsessed
Like they're just
with,
throwing bags out left and right to just celebrities that think like, hey, you guys can be a podcast, I guess. Like
Yeah.
Springsteen and
Pretty
Obama.
much.
You guys are a podcast now.
Is
pretty
this the
much.
first domino to fall in the podcast collapse?
The bubble.
Yeah. Is
About
this
to pop.
finally it?
Dan's been talking about that bubble for a while.
Dan was talking about the bubble.
I'm just
5 years
early
ago.
on it. Yeah.
Dan was ground floor pod bubble.
Yeah, we were launching Wash Media, and I was talking to Dan. I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do our own thing, man, out on our own." He was like, "I don't know, man. Podcasting's a bubble. It's gonna pop real soon." Like, okay, very cool, Dan. Thank you for the confidence
Yeah.
and the business that we just started.
I distinctly remember like having Dan spot me on Incline one day at
He's like,
Lifetime.
No.
You know, doing, one plate each side, big boy shit. And Dan like having those thoughts and me being like, dude, I don't want to hear this right now. I'm fucking trying to lift. I'm trying to be dialed.
Get it while you can.
Like, nah, dude.
The grift is on, man. We
It's a
got to just
bubble.
keep it running.
Yeah. But I just don't know who is listening to these podcasts. They maybe get an episode or two and they're not good. They're not entertaining. And then Spotify is just like, shit, we spent $100 million on this.
What's the most wild thing y'all have talked about on softcore history? I should have prepped you for this, but
I
I'm curious
know.
because every time y'all do posts, I'm like,
We do crazy
That
stuff.
sounds
We try
wild
to
as
do
hell.
like things that aren't usually covered in history class. So just like obscure stuff. We rotate. So the host for the week does all the research. The other two just show up and react. And it's better that way, not knowing what we're getting into. This past episode, we just did the guy that Indiana Jones is based on.
didn't know it was based on somebody.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Very cool.
Okay.
craziest things we've done. I don't know, countless stuff. There was a tsunami from a broken dam in Pennsylvania back in the day that wiped out an entire town and it caught on fire. It hit a barbed wire factory.
Did Russia destroy it or was it? No, we don't have to do that. I'm sorry.
No, we should do Russia.
It's
Because
topical.
I think we do have a topic coming up that I have a Russia take on.
Okay. I can't. Oh, I think I know what it might
Yeah.
be. Check it out. Softcore history. Dan,
Thanks
I was
for the
I was
plug.
hoping for a Subsdog style plug there, but you did well. You did well.
Subsdog deserved the plug it got.
Subsdog is a good show. I was like maybe I was the only one who liked it, but I always enjoyed
Me,
and Jake.
you, Connor would hop on occasionally. Connor
It's fun.
wanders.
Just talking about creatine and shit.
I didn't listen a bunch, but I did love the name.
Subsdog. And
Yeah.
what was the logo? Was it like a bear?
It was a dog
It's a dog on roids.
inside the Da
He was just
Vinci
jacked.
circle.
That's
or-
right.
I forget what the name is.
Facts.
But shouts to Hayden for designing that.
oh, shout out to
Yeah.
Hayden. Good dude.
But I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman, the head.
Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
And then we also used the Tokyo Drift theme song.
That's a good one. One of my faves.
A lot of cease and desist we could have gotten for that
Ah,
very
whatever.
niche show.
Statute of limitations were good. Hey, want to give a big shout out to our friends over at Row Right of Way Clothing. That's Row by Academy Sports and Outdoors. You talk about fun. We talked about the most fun meal you could eat earlier. Academy's up there with like the most fun places you can go. You just go in there, they got everything.
I don't disagree with you, Dave. And their row clothing is phenomenal. I've said many times that when I have like my full options of laundry, I do laundry. I get to pick out from any workout outfit available to me. I reach for Row immediately.
For getting in the zone, Dylan, or just out for the day, Row is a collection of on-trend closet staples made for whatever you're up for. It doesn't weigh you down with loud neons, oversized logos, or impractical fabrics. Row includes a classic color palette and inclusive tailored fit that'll always be on trend and versatile enough for errands, dinner, or low-key evening. The collection features shorts, pants, joggers, polos, t-shirts, and long sleeves in different mix and match colorways with sizes ranging from small to double XL, sweat-wicking fabrics, hidden pockets, a tailored inclusive fit. What more can you say about it? We did a live stream for our friends at Row.
We did.
A few weeks ago, we were all decked out. People were hitting me up. They're asking about the shoes. We love the shoes.
Big on the earthy tones.
Yes, a tonal palette.
The greens and browns and grays and all that stuff. They live in the earthy tones. They look so sharp.
If you're looking for reliable staples and an accessible price point, then shop Row. That's ROW, sold exclusively at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Visit academy.com/row or just go to a location near you. Shop today. All right. It wouldn't be modern circling back if we didn't do some kind of ocean shit.
Let's check in with our friends of the sea.
We're big on our sea vibes right now.
Yeah.
You want to start with the shark bites marlin, men lose money? Did you know that if you are in a marlin fishing tournament and your fish comes in, your marlin, you've been working on them all day, 6 hours, however long it takes. I've never fished for marlin. That may surprise y'all. If it has a bite taken out of it from a shark or from hell, an orca, doesn't count. You lose.
You lose or you're deducted points.
I think it just doesn't count for your catch.
Huh.
'Cause it's
Disqualified due to
at-
mutilation.
It's not at full strength. You're catching injured.
It's a DQ, and this happened to a fishing crew who were looking to win $3.5 million in prize money after a 600-pound marlin disqualified them because when they got it up, there were some shark bites taken out of it. Not huge. It wasn't like ripped in half. The thing still weighed over 600 pounds.
Now, listen, I still question the ethics of fishing these days,
Yeah.
especially when those weights were exposed out of the fish.
I'm a
months
catch and
ago.
release
Oh.
guy. That's my thing since day one.
Oh,
I
it's
catch
more
it, I
like-
release it.
I'm not a trophy fisherman, you know?
No, it's something I've known about you. You also don't like touching fish.
I also don't like touching fish.
There's something
That's true.
about the gills that freaks him out.
I did go
They seem
marlin.
slimy.
I went
They do.
marlin fishing one time.
Okay.
Went with my family, and I was a younger man. We went on a 12-hour excursion off of Puerto Vallarta. Not a single bite.
Mm.
Couple beers had.
The boat was 98 degrees. The boat didn't have air conditioning, and I will never go again. Plus the trophy thing, you know, I'm not into that.
Do you get seasick?
I don't get motion sickness, or never have anyway. Knock on wood.
You would have rather just been back at the hotel flogging dolphins or something.
I'd rather be doing anything than being on a very hot boat in the middle of the ocean, not catching anything.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound fun.
It was terrible.
I caught
truly
a pretty
terrible.
good mackerel once, off of Gulf Shores.
Holy mackerel!
That's my contribution to that.
But I mean, this does make sense. Catching an injured fish probably should not count. I don't know.
So I have I've done some research as to why. Like I understand that like if the thing's like been compromised to the point to where it's going to affect the weight, that's one thing. But apparently back in the day, people used to try to run over the fish, like using the props
yeah.
to like make it easier to get on the boat, like to, make it easier to catch basically. You don't have to fight it for 5 hours. So they introduced this mutilation rule, which kind of makes sense, but this is just a bad break.
What if the
crew would have earned
competition-
$2.77 million for coming in first, and another $739,000 for the first catch of the year that is more than 500 pounds. After taxes, not that much, as you guys know.
Decent chunk, but what if
Decent
the
chunk.
competition's underneath the water in like little U-boats or like a James Cameron submarine?
I don't know if we're doing U-boats.
All right, well, a James Cameron
Okay.
submarine, and just kind of picking the fish apart as it's being reeled in.
Seems like they're their efforts would be better spent just trying to catch a fish somewhere else.
You would think so.
Yeah, but
People
who
cannot
knows,
be reasoned
Dan?
with.
Who knows?
Does Parks like to fish?
He does. His grandfather takes him.
That's a
On his
good
mom's
grandpa
side?
there.
Yeah, because his dad, as we all know, not big into fishing.
Not an outdoorsman.
I don't really. I just don't like to fish, man. I don't know. I get impatient. I don't like to touch the fish. I don't like the worms and all that shit.
Dylan's more of a like go to the ranch and hit a lob wedge and then shoot it out of the air with a shotgun.
The most beta thing about me is that I don't like to fish, and that's okay with me.
Teach a man to fish.
That's right. Dan, you fish?
Not really. No, fishing's not really on my radar. My dad is super into the outdoors, was trying to always get me to fish and hunt. And every time I went as a kid, we never saw anything. So I was just bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
Remember sitting in a tree stand early December for deer season,
Hell yeah.
and freezing my balls off at 12.
Yep.
It just wasn't for me.
You became a man that day, though.
I did. Dad wouldn't even talk to me. Not because it would scare off the deer, but he just didn't want to talk to me.
Just
I was
didn't
12.
care for you at that
I was
time.
12. Like I
He's 12. No
I
one
don't
likes
have a cool
12-year-olds.
personality then.
No, not the opposite. What's going on with these orcas?
You got a theory, Dan?
Oh, the orcas, man.
This
Now,
is
they're
the one.
gathering, kind of like the juggalos.
We're trending into murder hornet territory with big media that are really, really honing in on an animal story that may or may not be that big of a deal. This seems to have a little bit more legs, or should I say fins, than the murder hornet story.
I tend to agree because there is a history of whales being trained by our enemies.
We did a story on that. Yes, Russia has
The beluga whale.
They have weaponized the beluga on many occasions.
And I believe we ourselves have
Absolutely.
weaponized dolphins
There's no way we're not getting a piece of that action.
or sharks. Yeah.
We're absolutely weaponizing whatever we can.
So I'm wondering, what's their agenda? What's going on with these orcas? They keep sinking these boats. And if there's somebody they have an issue with, and if there's someone that should be on notice right now, it's the country of Japan.
Okay.
They just have beef.
They do. You're talking about the whaling industry. Okay, that's fair.
So maybe they're fighting back.
Beef is actually bovine. It's not whale.
It's not whale.
Yeah.
See, this is what you do when you host. You just volume shoot jokes, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Fucking this guy. I mean, people don't even like that. Oh, okay.
They just got it.
They got it. It took
Yeah.
a while. Good stuff, Dylan.
Thanks, man.
You're the guy.
It is the beef of the sea.
Monterey Bay over the weekend. Around 30 killer whales were spotted just hanging out, just hanging around.
Just talking. Just loitering.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, guys. We'll be at the Addison Improv next week.
Okay, here's a really funny quote tweet about this orca story. It's a picture of Bloods and Crips linked up together with their bandanas tied, and it says, "Sharks and orcas this summer." On the same side.
Truce, they're going to, oh,
Yeah.
man.
If the Sharks and the orcas teamed up together, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Which gets to my next question. Something that's come up on Behind the Paywall a number of times. Someone called in, they hit the pipeline, and they said, hey, if all of the animals in the world communicated and decided to try to take out civilization,
An
human
uprising.
civilization,
Yeah,
an
yeah.
uprising, would they succeed?
Yes.
One of the members of the show who's on the, I'll let him speak for
It's
himself.
the dumbest hypothetical of all time.
Dude, you've never been more wrong.
There's no way that they would stand a chance. We
Why
have
would
fighter jets.
we
We have
stand a chance?
We have battleships. We have armor. We have weapons. We have
We're terrible at
We
communication.
have human brains. There are a million reasons why this would not even be a contest.
We all hate each other. So, like, if all the animals in the world had an
Oh
uprising,
yeah, because they all really get along, Dan.
and well, they had a common enemy, right? That's what we always need. That's what they always say, right? We need an alien invasion because we need a common enemy to unite.
It would not even
humanity.
be worth a discussion.
Just
Dude,
rats
you are-
alone could take us out.
We kill
He
them.
is you're grossly underestimating the amount of birds, rats,
Insects.
insects.
We build a
mosquitoes.
fortified home base. And,
that is the most
a
wrong.
fortified
take.
home
weaponized-
base.
Yes.
You're gonna stay at the airport Hilton because it has a bunker.
Does it?
It does, yeah. It's an old like Air Force base.
That's where we had.
Oh.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
The hotel?
Yeah.
We had our high
It's
school
got a
prom,
bunker.
our high school prom there because it was a brand new
yeah?
hotel at the time.
Did you go down in the bunker a little bit?
It's got a doomsday bunker.
I think I made out in there though.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. What else,
Not to
man?
brag, but
But just
Cool,
insects
cool.
alone and
Did you pee the
vermin,
bed?
they would destroy us.
Thank you.
Mosquitoes would crush us.
You're the best. That's the best argument you've made so far is mosquitoes.
They're gonna get together. They're gonna come up with like a super malaria strain.
Because they're so smart.
Probably leak it from a lab. Probably. And
Oh.
we're done, dude. We're done.
Don't get a shadow ban, Dave.
That's fine. We're already banned. We're grifting.
We have
Tokyo grift
we have-
over here.
satellite imagery and battleships and any weapon you can imagine. And like,
What's
come
a
on.
battleship gonna do?
Okay, you think it's
Just get
fucking
it.
orcas
Yeah,
gonna
we're
have a
gonna-
chance
we're
to
gonna
get to
nuke
fucking
ourselves?
battleship?
Are we going to nuke ourselves because the animals are on land?
Yeah, dude.
No.
All of
No,
our
they're
weaponry
not.
would
You're gonna
just
kill
destroy
you're gonna
like
kill the animals of the sea very easily. Very easily.
if you get
He
30,
said every animal. Though,
30
right?
killer whales, if they can flip a battleship.
stop.
Oh, we only go with marine
Stop.
mammals or animals?
They're gonna go for the rudders. No.
Stop.
All animals. The hypothetical is all animals.
Kingdom Animalia.
We'll
We-
see
no
no
shot.
coming. We have
Not a prayer.
We have sonar and radar and everything.
Just because we cannot communicate with them does not mean they're not.
You don't-
They're less intelligent. I would argue that the average dolphin or orca is smarter than the average American.
Echolocation. You ever heard of it?
I have, Dave.
You familiar?
Yeah.
They have that. Do we have that?
We got to stop revisiting this topic. As I'm never going to change my mind on this.
I know, and I like to point it out because when it happens, I want people to be like, God, that Dylan's such an idiot.
It's not going to happen.
We're soft. They'll go until they die.
That's true, dude. That's the thing about think about all the dogs turning on us. Stella, she's gonna fucking put you out.
Stella would never.
She's going
she'd be
right
on-
at
she'd
your
be on-
neck.
on my
Good luck
side.
trying to go to sleep.
She'd protect me.
No, Stella and Randy would link up and just go on a fucking spree. Not that Randy, my dog. Randy might too. I don't know.
Nah, I'm team human. I'm also with Dylan on this one.
Thank you, Randy. It's
What the
another
fuck?
another smart guy in the
That's-
room.
I'm on team.
absurd.
I'm on team. Either it ends with humans on top, or it ends in a draw because we just nuked the planet.
Planet
and
of the
destroyed
Apes
it.
ends with one species taking us over.
That's another thing. We haven't even talked about chimps.
with their strength and their intelligence.
Do you know what they do to you, Dylan? Do
We
you
have
know
weapons.
Do you know the kind of psychological warfare?
They'll figure it out.
If you got chimps, like you turn on the news, like, oh, I wonder how it went today over the Battle of Pittsburgh or whatever the fuck. I'm assuming it's Pittsburgh for some
There
reason.
are 8 billion people.
It's like, oh, here's a video of like a chimp like
I bet you
ripping
think
some dude's arm off and just smacking him around with it.
you're probably in the same camp that you could go back to ancient civilization and win a battle with an AR-15. Just one.
Is that something
I mean,
you think about?
Is it like 100 on 100 or because yeah,
It's you versus.
There's a reason
100,
why-
yeah.
there's a reason
or you
why-
versus 1,000.
there's a reason why like we don't use spears anymore in battle.
Yeah, but you're going to get overrun. My whole point is, eventually, the animals will overrun us.
I don't. I
They'll
don't.
It's a
take
war
out
of
our
attrition,
power.
I don't think so. No.
Remember the Battle of the Bastards?
Yeah.
They're just going to throw
It
bodies.
was a
at
sick
us.
episode.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, the animals will continue to throw bodies. They have no shame, and they will overtake us.
You always underestimate birds, and that's something I really don't like
Oh.
about you.
From land, air, and sea.
Birds?
They have fucking talons.
I'm not scared of a single bird.
Oh my god, dude! Think about the disease from bird poop.
Eagles fucking you up.
I'm not going to eat
A
bird
hawk?
poop. I'll just keep
You're not going to
eating.
eat it, but it's going to poop in your coffee or whatever. You're going to be outside walking Stella before she turns on you, which is going
All
to
right.
happen.
If I drink bird poop coffee, yeah, maybe.
You're also not factoring in every single moment of your life. You have to keep your head on a swivel.
So do they. But I
don't-
have a gun.
They don't care.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
You know, maybe we're crazy, but I think something you're not factoring into this whole deal is that dogs are very intelligent. And specifically, I'm talking about bird dogs. Very intelligent creatures. Very,
Goddamn,
very cool company that's back on board. Bird dogs make you look good. Their stretch khaki shorts are designed to fit slimmer through the thigh and leg, giving you a truly, truly sculpted look. How's your look lately? Is it sculpted?
It is. They have the best liner, bar none, in the clothing industry. They're a lot of competing brands like Too Constricting.
Mm-hmm.
These
Oh my
they
God.
fit just right. They leave room for your boys down there, but they also keep you in place. They dry quickly. I swim in mine.
I can't look at you right now and not think about like a German short-haired pointer just absolutely wrecking you when the animal uprising comes. I'm sorry. It's just really
He's
dwelling in
talking
my brain
bird
right
dogs
now.
right now.
Bird dog shorts do the exact same thing as Lululemon, but they fit way better. They fit better than regular shorts that are made of stiff, restricting cotton. Bird dogs fixed that issue by inventing cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki but stretches so you get way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice movement. What are your thoughts on the liner, Dylan? How do you like the Bird Dogs liner?
I just spoke to that. I said they're the best in the industry.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
they're-
really
they're
look in the
fantastic.
camera just in case.
They're the best. All right. They're extremely comfortable. And I'm typically not a liner guy, but these liners I love.
They're fantastic. They use anti-stink, sweat-wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. Sometimes I'll put on Bird Dogs and I'll wear them for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And guess what? They got that no stink action.
Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll put them on because they're so comfortable. Then I'll go work out in them because they're great workout shorts. And then I will go swimming in them because they also are swim trunks. That is versatility.
You're
David.
absolutely wild.
I know.
I did not know you were wild in your older age,
You
but
should-
you are, man.
You should know that.
Go to birddogs.com/circling for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/circling for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You don't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you.
That was a professional read there, David.
I gotta say, you can criticize me for other parts of the show today. You cannot criticize me for ad reads.
You deserve more of a stake in the company now.
I think I should be majority owner.
As a your lawyer, I think at least 34%.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan,
That's
I'm so
big.
glad you're here today. Not only because you're just a nice guy, but we get to talk thirst traps with you because you're a guy who's had some takes. You're a
Okay.
guy who has famously said to me that Finstagram or fitness Instagram, I guess,
No,
is
Finstagram, I believe,
90% lighting.
I think it's fake Instagram. So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, okay.
girls or guys
I'm 38.
posting stuff that they don't want their family or like normal friends to see.
Dan, you're not afraid to correct me. You're
Guys
not
like
afraid to
us
hold me to the fire.
Don't have accounts like that.
No, we
At
don't.
least we shouldn't.
And I want to correct the record as well. I don't think that's my quote.
You told me it was
It's like a-
90% lighting.
It's like a fitness quote, or it's like I've heard it for sure. I think it might be a Mazzetti quote.
Dan has also
I love
mastered
Mazzetti.
the veiled thirst trap.
Unintentional thirst trap.
Unintentional but intentional thirst trap. That's a good way of putting it.
No, it's
Yeah.
very much intentional. It's very much
Right, but the way you do it in a
In an aw shucks way, like
a self-deprecating, like
Like, I'm not-
your caption goes a long way in taking the thirst out of the trap.
it's Randy's kind of adopted this playbook.
I've learned from Dan. It has to have a comedic angle to it for a guy to have a thirst trap.
Or-
and not get
Otherwise
picked up
you're
by
a
his
douche.
boys. Yeah.
Or if
you're
you
a
have,
douche regardless, but like
You're a
if you have
douche.
your child in the picture with you, that's also an exemption card that I have played before.
All the
Actually,
time.
I did it recently. Took
So
a picture
it's
with my
good.
son.
I've actually adopted a Ukrainian child to do so.
Yeah, that's a play out of my playbook.
Give us that Affleck, John. Happy Father's Day to Ben Affleck.
Eh,
His wife Jennifer Lopez. You guys know J Lo, right?
That's
She posted
Batman?
This.
Jenny from the block.
I gotta say,
he's small.
okay,
It's not small, Dan.
Dan, he
He's
looks
small.
phenomenal.
Well, have you seen his back tat?
How do we? It's not good. It's not good. It's
How old
question-
is Ben Affleck?
It's a great question, man. Once
Is he
you get
50?
He's
Yeah.
over his 50s, yeah.
If this is a 50-year-old man, Dan, you cannot hate on this dude's figure.
What if I told you that was a 50-year-old man?
Dan,
I've seen much bigger 50-year-old men at this
Okay,
lifetime.
You go to
Of
Lifetime
course.
right now. There's some dudes who are on about $6,000 a month. HGH,
Oh, and Ben's not?
D-ball.
we're not saying
No,
he's
well,
we're not saying he's the most jacked 50-year-old in the world. We're saying he looks good for 50, and he does. You
He
can't
does
deny that.
yo-yo. He kind of lava lamps.
how do you compare this thirst trap, the vicarious, your wife posts it for you, but
Mhm.
on your behalf? Because I mean, look, he clearly wanted this out there.
It kind of looks like a leak from the Fappening. Very Justin Verlander-ish.
This is something he
Mm.
sent his wife.
I don't
Say,
know. I
"Hey,
didn't look at those. It's unethical.
This is something he sent his wife, not expecting her to post it.
Oh, yeah. But
He's like, "Hey, babe, look at this."
I feel like him and J-Lo have a relationship that's more business than romantic. And anything you send to her, she will use as content.
When did
You're giving her the right.
When did he become kind of like a guy whose face was always just funny? Like in every photo you see of him now, it's like he's just kind of got this
He
look.
looks
It's either
miserable.
I think it's when
completely
he was
beaten down.
dropping the donuts and the coffee at Dunk.
You think that was the moment?
Yeah.
Look, he's never going to be in better shape than this. This is probably the best he's ever felt. And he still just doesn't know how to handle it.
He does look good,
He looks good.
given his age.
Yeah, you
What
can't hate
percentage
on
of
that.
this is attributed to the lighting, though?
I would like to look like that at 50.
Well, the key to actually looking bigger is to just work shoulders. Shoulders are the most important. Everyone thinks it's chest. It's not.
Broad.
Yeah.
Look good in a t-shirt with big shoulders, too.
Shoulders,
My
back.
shoulders won't grow, Dan.
Keep going heavier.
He's actually cutting. Dylan's down to like 168 or something.
No,
You got a big fight coming up?
I'm down. I'm like 180. I'm like 182, 183.
Okay,
right
so
now.
you're fighting at like 170?
Sure,
little welterweight?
Sure. I've been 170 since I was 13 years old, but yeah.
I've thought about doing it just, why not? Like, just to see what would happen if I cut down to like 170, 185.
Oh, I thought you meant like taking a fight.
Do that too.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You get hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, because
I have a lot of friends that fight
you
on
got
the
hurt
daily.
playing softball.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I didn't mean
I
to
think
get your ass.
I think Dan's better suited for the cage than the diamond.
At this age.
Yeah.
Whoever stated it recently was pretty perfect when they said that Dan's built for the weight room. He's a weight room guy.
It's complimentary.
He's big. He's a big dude.
I'm an athlete.
You're barrel chested.
Think about what you would have been had your leg been attached correctly.
I know. I did this
If
with
it was
a
just 2 degrees.
with a club foot, essentially.
When
Well,
John
no.
Rahm.
A John Rahm foot and a donk. We have many things in common.
You guys,
A donk.
oh,
A
a
big
donk.
Big donk.
Okay.
You
That we're
and Randy
talking
have that in
donks or
common.
something.
I imagine Rahm has a solid piece on him as well.
You got to think so.
Spanish.
You got to. That short backswing.
Mm-hmm.
If he was insecure, he would extend it, try to get it to parallel, but he's not because he's just walking around with a big swing and D,
Right.
in theory. Very cool.
If I send this to my girlfriend / wife,
Oh, no, don't
in
post it.
I wouldn't want her to post that because then people know that I take mirror selfies.
Did he take this? Oh, yeah. You can
Yeah.
kinda okay.
But
She
yeah.
did.
I feel like if she exposes you rather than you doing it yourself, it's not on you. It's on her. And it's a reflection of who she is as a human. And really, no blame is shifted your way. You get
Dan just unlocked a new way to thirst trap, a guilt-free way to thirst trap. He's going to take advantage.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like
Oh,
as long as you're not directly posting it.
babe. So it's kind
No.
of like a proxy. It's a proxy post.
Hey, don't post me looking hot.
It's like,
It's going through a third party.
yeah. It's like when you're funding the Central American guerrillas to overthrow the leftist government. It's not us. Oh no,
Or
don't
maybe
do that.
providing weapons to a proxy war over in Europe.
Geopolitics, Dylan.
Yeah, I don't.
People love it. Check us out at the Addison Improv next week. Dan, where can we find you?
You can find me in Austin, Texas.
Okay. You want to plug anything? Subsdog?
No, Twitter.
podcast.
I don't have a Twitter really.
Self-dog.
I deleted all my tweets.
Why?
Twitter sucks. Like it's just
Oh, 100% woke free.
it's not that. It's just like I hate everything I see on it. And it's just people that don't know or follow.
Okay.
And I'm tired of it. I know there's a following tab, but it just I'm kind of over it.
Okay, so like pretend there's a place to follow you. Where might that be?
softcore history.
Okay.
At Softcore History on Instagram. It's on iTunes, Apple, wherever you find podcast. Got about 150 episodes in the catalog. And then we have a Patreon, patreon.com/softcorehistory for extra episodes. 2 every week. And yeah, man, it's evergreen content. Nothing's timely. So you can go back, just run through the whole catalog. It's a good time.
Dylan, where can we find you?
Oh wow! At @dshivery, Instagram, Twitter. Check me out. 4 E's, non-consecutive. Dan, thanks for hopping on the pod, man.
Thanks
Dave,
for
what about
having
you?
me.
Always a pleasure. At DCRuff on Instagram.
Again,
at DCarterRuff on Twitter and Snap and on the Too Much Dip podcast.
I do want at least $50,000 despite RFK not showing up.
Okay.
We for sure have that. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get it to you.
You're going to finally get your big break on and get on Rogan. And now RFK is not even going to show up to debate you. What a bummer.
And as long as I get my Type 5 at Mothership.
Yeah. Have you been?
Not yet. I have a bunch of friends that do stand up there, though.
Nice.
They said it's a good thing. It's a good time. It's a
Yeah.
good setup.
Looks like a good spot. Check it out one day. We'll see you tomorrow behind the paywall. We'll see you Wednesday back right here. Thursday, Friday. Love Island pod dropping this week. Bye-bye.
You just got some
Bye.
surgery.
R.I.P. Big Pokey.